One evening, an old monk was walking down a narrow path. In the dim light, he suddenly saw a poisonous snake coiled on the ground. His heart stopped. His breath caught in his throat, and a cold sweat broke out across his body. He stood frozen, paralyzed with fear, waiting for the worst. Then the clouds parted and moonlight hit the path. The monk realized that what he thought was a snake was actually just an old twisted piece of rope. The snake was gone, but his heart was still pounding. His hands were still shaking. The danger never existed, but his body had already launched a full-scale survival response. This is the nature of your anxiety. Constant anxiety isn't a sign that there are snakes everywhere. It's a sign that your brain has learned to see a snake in every rope. This is the mistake in the system. Your anxiety is not a defect in your character. It is outdated software. Inside our brain, there is a small area called the amygdala. This is your security center. Its only job is to scan the world for threats. Evolution taught the amygdala to be paranoid. In the wild, it was better to mistake a rope for a snake 100 times than to mistake a snake for a rope once. This error toward fear saved our ancestors' lives. But here's the problem. We are living in 2026, but our amygdala is still living in a cave. Today, it perceives an unread message from your boss or a stranger's look as a lethal threat. Your survival system is running at 100%, even when the real danger is zero. You aren't broken. Your alarm is just too sensitive. The biggest mistake we make is trying to stop feeling anxious. Think of the famous white bear experiment. If I ask you not to think about a white bear, you can't think of anything else. When you tell yourself, I shouldn't be anxious, your brain receives a signal. Wow, they're so afraid of this feeling. It must be really dangerous. The amygdala sees your struggle and releases even more cortisol. Your fight against anxiety is the fuel that keeps it burning. You are trying to put out a fire with gasoline. Permanent anxiety is more than just a thought. It is a physical state called waiting for the blow. When the alarm screams for too long, it activates what scientists call the HPA axis. Your body is constantly pumping out adrenaline and cortisol. You are living in a future that doesn't exist, while ignoring the present that is passing you by. This drains your resources, leaving you exhausted but unable to sleep. The system is stuck in a loop. We cannot delete the amygdala, but we can install a manual override for your survival system. The first layer of defense is affect labeling. Don't just feel the fear, name it. When the alarm goes off, tell yourself, I am experiencing a false alarm right now. By putting the feeling into words, you shift the focus from your emotional brain to your rational brain. You tell your system, I see you, but you don't need to take the wheel. Next, you must learn to ride the 90-second wave. From the moment a stress chemical is triggered to the moment it's washed out of your bloodstream, it takes only 90 seconds. If you feel anxious for hours, it's because you are manually restarting the clock with every what-if thought. Sit still for exactly 90 seconds. Don't fight the feeling. Just observe it. It is a biological law. If you don't feed the fire, it must die down. Then use the detective protocol. Chronic anxiety lives in the gaps of maybe. Close those gaps with facts. Ask your inner security guard, is there a real snake in the room right now? And what is the actual probability of this disaster happening? Force your logic to drag the fear into the light. Finally, if the alarm is too loud for logic, use the body-to-brain bridge. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 7, and exhale slowly for 8. This long exhale sends a physical signal to your brain that the predator is gone. You are hacking the hardware to force the software to shut down. You cannot turn off your security system forever, and you shouldn't want to. Anxiety is not your enemy. It is your inner guardian that loves you too much and sees danger everywhere. Stop running out of the house every time the alarm goes off. Look at the rope, smile at your fear, and keep walking. Accepting that anxiety is just a mistake in the system is the first step toward true freedom. Kill the illusion of danger. Stay calmer than you were yesterday.